That's how you can tell, and then it will tell you who's watching. Okay. Hi everyone, Caroline from Diamond Creek here. Normally I'm behind the camera, trying to entertain all of you through social media, but today I thought we'd come out and give you a tour of the farm. So first off, we want to say welcome to Diamond Creek. We wish you could be here in person, but obviously that can't happen right now. So we hope everyone is safe and healthy and happy at home. We look forward to when we can greet you at the farm. We do want to say we are taking some precautions, and we are a little short-staffed because of the virus. And we've never done one of these virtual tours before, so just bear that in mind as we go throughout the day. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop us a question through the live chat, and if we can answer it, we will, and if not, we'll answer it after the video for you. So just to start, I want to say hello to Sam, who's behind the camera.
Hi guys.
So she's here also. So to start, I want to say hello. This is the entrance of the Pennsylvania farm. Diamond Creek has two farms. We have one in Kentucky. It's in Georgetown, Kentucky. We have all of our yearlings and our barren mares there. This Pennsylvania farm is in Wellsville, Pennsylvania. It's a pretty small town. It's about 30 minutes south of Harrisburg. We take up a large portion of Wellsville. We have a little under 200 acres here. So we pretty much are the whole town at this point. We keep all of our pregnant mares here and our foaling mares, and we have all of our stallions here, minus the ones in Ohio. So we don't foal anything out in Kentucky. Everything gets foaled here. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take you down to the farm. We are taking this handy dandy four-wheeler. It's pretty loud, so definitely cover your ears until we get down there. You might get some noise. So we'll go ahead and open the gate. Closer to the microphone. It's a little windy outside, but I'm going to do my best. So we're gonna start our tour at the office. This is actually an original house. It was built in 1807. The original part of it was, so we've used it now. We use it for the offices and also for housing upstairs when we have interns here or temporary workers, or for the sales, that kind of thing. People can stay upstairs. So we have this nice bright blue door to go through. So we'll go ahead and go in. Turn on, oh, light was on. So this is our front hall. If you come in this room here, of course I have muddy shoes on. This is our conference room. We actually just redid this, so this is brand new for us. It's pretty nice in case we ever have meetings, which we do pretty often. Anything like that, we can all meet in here and get together in person, which is nice. We have this nice table and everything. You'll notice on the walls, we're lucky we have these really nice canvas prints. We're actually lucky. Barbara Livingston, who's a really well-known photographer, you should look for her on Facebook or Twitter. She came out a couple years ago and took these pictures of the farm, and we're super lucky to have these to be able to blow them up and put them on our walls. So they're pretty cool. And then if you look up our stairs, this is some of our winners. We have different horses on here, ones we've bred, ones we own, some of our so we got a whole bunch of different horses up here, and it keeps growing. So we got some older ones on there, some younger ones, so you might see someone you recognize if you look. It's pretty cool. And then you'll notice over here, you might see a couple of famous faces. This is actually Ponder. He was the first stallion we had. He's actually semi-retired now. He's in Indiana, pretty much retired at this point, but he's still one of our favorites. So he has this special place right next to the door because we really like him a lot. So we'll go ahead and come through. This is the first set of offices. It's pretty empty in here right now because we're actually all working from home. So it looks a little different than it normally would. So this one's my office. This is where I spend most of my time. My main job on the farm kind of varies. I work a lot with social media and advertising, but I also manage the office, and you'll see me also like with the syndicate, Stallion Syndicate. So you might see me in a bunch of different roles at some point. So I hang out here a lot. I have Mickey and Creatine on the wall because that's who I like. And then I got a couple different things in here that we do. And we have some trophies from different races that I've collected over here. So then if we go ahead and head to this office, it's also empty because no one's here. But so this is our office. Usually we have 3 people in here, including Sam, who's holding the camera, who's hiding from everyone. So Sam, this is her desk. She's our administrator, so I'm sure you've talked to her before on the phone. She handles everything from any paperwork, contracts, any questions people have, so like sales entries, all that kind of stuff. So normally she's here smiling. Today she's smiling behind the camera, and she won't show her face. So, and then over here we usually have Brittany, who's part of the sales team. You've probably talked to her at some point when you're trying to book a stallion. And then here we have Beverly, who's our bookkeeper slash accountant. And if you've ever owed us money, then you've talked to her. So she's also working from home right now. And they're probably watching. So hello, Brittany and Beverly. And we got a couple of the boys up on the wall. We got Down by the Seaside, Southland Frank, and Father Patrick, which is pretty cool. These headshots were also all done by Barbara Livingston, which is super cool. And then over here, actually, while we're in this office, we have a painting done by a New Zealand painter named Roz Beck. And this is actually Rock and Roll Dance. And she worked for WR, where he goes and spends his time in the winter, our winter, down under. And so she painted this of dance, which is pretty neat, I think. So if you're like on her Facebook, she has a pretty nice paintings and stuff. So, and then over here we have like couch area, hand sanitizer. This is Pure Country's shrine. It's growing. We keep adding stuff to it. We have a couple more blankets to add to it, but we obviously are obsessed with her and love her. So we put as much as we can when we try to do like memorabilia and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the whole office. Normally it's a lot busier and active in here, so things are a little different right now. Any good question for anything? No. Can they hear me? I'll stop this way. So we're going to go head out. We're going to go to the mare barn and see what we can find there. So today is actually a farrier day, so they're actually in the middle of doing feet, so it's a little dirtier in there than it normally is, just a disclaimer. So we're going to go head up to the mare barn. We got the mare's flag going over there. And if you look up top, I'm not sure if you'll see it on the video or not, but there's a plaque at the very top of the house that says built 1807. So that's the original part of the house. It's pretty cool. We definitely think it's haunted though. We have heard things and seen things. So if you go over here, there's a very old well. and we wanted to cover it, so we put in a wishing well, which is pretty neat. One of our employees put in this wishing well a couple years ago to cover this old well up. So it's pretty cool that we have that on the farm. So we're going to go in the mare barn. So when we bought this farm in 2011, we just had old bank barns here. We ended up tearing everything down summer of 2012, and we built these two new barns. This is the mare barn, and that's the stallion barn up there. And we fashioned them after the barn in Kentucky. If anyone's seen our Kentucky farm, they're pretty similar, big white open barns like this. So this barn is 28 stalls. We don't typically have horses in here. All our horses live outside. However, it is breeding season right now. So we have mares in here at night. They come in typically like two or 3 weeks before they foal, depending what they look like. We bring them in at night. We don't use cameras. We have someone that comes through and watches them all night. If you've watched on our Facebook page at all, we do have a full cam going, a live full cam. So you'll see them in the stall, like, you know, foaling, and you get a lot of updates that way through that. So yeah, so it's full kind right now because they are using it for the farrier. So there are horses in here today. We do have like these nice open stalls, these nice open gates. It's one of the benefits of this barn is it's very airy and open. So it doesn't usually, the ventilation's really good. We get a lot of good airflow in here. It's easy to hose down when we need to. It's pretty nice. So go ahead and walk down. Here's one of our foals. So this guy was born on the 24th. And this is actually a Father Patrick colt. He looks like he's trying to take a nap while he's standing up. So this is the mother's name is Repentance. And we actually raced her for a couple years. She's pretty muddy. She was just outside rolling in the mud. Then she got brought in so they could check her. And so she'll get a nice grooming tonight when she comes back in. But for now, she's had a nice mud bath. He's a pretty cute guy, so. So we do have a wash stall in this barn. We do hose them off occasionally when we need to. This one, this is our bedroom. Senya's going to be on camera. Senya, say hello. Hello. So this is our bedroom. This is where we keep all the medication and that kind of stuff that we have. If you look at our board, it tells like what meds everyone's getting. We have a list of like who needs to come in for the farrier, that kind of stuff. This is just how we keep everything organized. So you'll see pretty much anything that we ever need in here. We've got syringes up the gazoo, everything like that. We have foaling kits down the bottom that are easy to grab for them. All sorts of stuff in here. So we'll go ahead. So if you look here, we do have a scale. We weigh all of our horses basically monthly, and the foals get weighed at birth pretty much monthly after that. We also keep our stallions on a monthly weigh basis so we can monitor what they're eating, if they need more food, that kind of thing. So everything that we get from Kentucky, so that's what we feed most of the time. Every horse on our farm gets fed individually, and so we have these feeders. We don't group feed, nothing like that. We actually go out and tie up every single horse. They all have their individualized meal, and they get fed, I think once or twice a day. The foaling mares get fed twice a day and night, and I think everyone else gets fed once a day. And then if you look here, this is actually a whole map of the farm, and it looks super confusing when you look at it, but it's actually like a big circle. So we're actually right up here, and then it kind of goes, these are across the river, and it's like a big circle around. So that's how we try to remember everything. But it can be complicated. So, so yeah, so go through here. So we have everything pretty much basic in here. There's some stocks. We use stocks in case we ever have problems. Most of our mares are pretty good, but you know, you do have the occasional one. It's nice to have stocks as a backup, because you never know. So what else? We have a laundry room, laundry machine in there. So this is pretty much the whole mare barn for you. We have the name cards on the doors are for the mares that are in right now. So these are all the foaling mares. This is Inception. This is Sweet Karen Stall. She's actually a HHYF retired spokes horse. And we have her here, but she's pretty much like the diva of the farm. So we'll go see her also. She's outside. So for everyone, for our staff and stuff to understand everything, we put up, when they're in the foaling stall, we actually put a pedigree up for them and like their due date. This mare is actually not that mare, it's another retired mare, but normally we put like their booking status and everything, just for everyone to kind of learn more about the horse. I think that's important, that when you do things, you actually learn why, not just do it because you have to. So we'll go ahead and sneak past. The farrier's here. This is actually Steve Stanley. He came up from Kentucky. He usually comes and does their foals. So we're going to sneak past them, go outside and see some of the foals. Catch your camera, Steve. It's live. What?
Oh, you guys are live.
Oh, it's live. You want to wave? It's Facebook Live.
Okay.
Everyone can see you. Sneak out. Okay, so starting off, we have Karen over here. So Karen has a lot of, I don't want to say health issues, but she is a diva, so we have to pamper her. So she does have some eye problems. She has some Cushing's issues. So she does wear a muzzle when she's outside, and she does wear an eye mask when she's outside. But it's helped her lose a lot of weight, and she looks pretty good for, I think she's 19 now. So she does look pretty good. She loves the foals, so she likes to keep an eye on all the foals. So we're just trying to keep her happy and healthy as much as possible. She's a bit of a diva. She's funny. So then we'll come out. So these are our like foaling paddocks. They will go out to normal fields, but all of our foals are fairly young right now. We just had our first one like the beginning of the month. So for the time being, they start off in these smaller paddocks. So they start off in these smaller paddocks first, and then they'll get grouped together like in groups of two, and then they'll go to a bigger group later. So we'll go ahead and spend some time with these foals. And they're also all enjoying the mud as well. So everyone loves the mud. Horses love mud. Don't let anyone ever tell you wrong. So up here we got Katniss and her cute little filly. Colt, sorry. So pretty cute. So this is another colt. I said filly, but pretty sure it's colt. Sometimes they all blur together and you forget who's who. Any questions? So we got a couple more foals here. So cute. Oh. Showing off for the camera. And so if you look behind them, that's our hay shed back there. So we keep all our hay and like maintenance stuff. We do have a maintenance team here. It's pretty much a full-time job. We have two guys, Mike and Caleb, who do an awesome job. Pretty much doing anything we need on this farm. From trailering to mowing to fixing random things that we break. So they do a good job. Hi. So everyone's out here enjoying the mud, which is pretty typical of Pennsylvania this time of year. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to head up to the stallion barn, and there we're going to meet Dr. Pink, who's our on-farm veterinarian, and she's going to kind of take over the tour for a little bit and teach you a little bit more about the stallion barn. And what goes on up there, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go out and probably meet some of the boys. So just gonna walk up there. So we have mirrors like in all these fields. They kind of rotate around in foaling dates. So as they get closer to foaling, they'll get closer and closer to the barn. That's how it all works out. Helps us keep track of things better. So we have a staff about 12 people. We do usually hire interns this time of year for breeding season. We have 3 people in the office, 2 maintenance guys, veterinarian, and like a bunch of barn staff that are like stallion handlers. So we do stay pretty busy. So it's a busy time of year, but we're all trying to take precautions. As far as, you know, everyone getting sick and that kind of thing. So, you go ahead. Here's some of the girls over here. Mackenzie, Lauren, and Paula. They're turning out horses. Wave to the camera. Oh, good. We're going to intercept them. Alright, so we're going to go head up. Courtney's been here. So this is our stallion barn. We also finished this April 2012, and at the time we only had 1 stallion. We didn't fully prepare for the fact that we would have 6 on this property. So it's been a big growth in the last 8 years. So over here we have Courtney, so it's Dr. Pink. Hey everyone. So she's going to take over this part. She's going to tell you about the stallion barn, her laboratory, and also what happens in the breeding shed. So take it away.
Thanks, Caroline. Hey everybody, welcome to Diamond Creek, and this is our stallion barn. Currently we stand 6 stallions in Pennsylvania, and we've got 2 in Ohio and 2 in Indiana. So you'll see a couple of the stallions that we have here in Pennsylvania. We've got 2 in the barn right now. We're letting their feet dry a little bit before Steve comes over and trims their feet. So we can come in right now. Father Patrick's in his stall. He loves playing with his Jolly Ball. You might have seen videos on Facebook with him playing in his stall or out in his paddock. He has turned out to be a fantastic sire for us, and we are super excited for him and his continued success of his progeny on the track. So he's in right now. His friend or foe, because the 2 of them at one point were turned out in paddocks next to each other and then just ran the fence line all day long because they wanted to prove who was the better, faster stallion. But I think always be Mickey's got the world record, so he's touched faster than Patrick. So Mickey's in his stall right now, enjoying a little hay. So he's in for right now. Again, world record holder. His first crop is to hit the track right now at age 2. We're super excited to see what happens with them. Good stuff. So this is our stallion barn. We've got 6 stalls in it for all of our boys. We've got a wash stall. We have all the racing pictures up, so we're really proud of all of them and everything that they have done here. So we can go into the lab. So this is our laboratory for the breeding shed. This counter here is where I process all of the semen and divide up doses for each mare that the stallion covers. So we've got a water bath here that when it's turned on heats to 37 degrees Celsius. It's what we use to warm up the semen extender. So it's normal temperature for the semen. This is our nuclear counter. This is how we tell the concentration of each ejaculate. It's a pretty fancy piece of equipment that we're very blessed with, because it's very, very accurate. We've got a microscope so that we can look at each ejaculate to tell the motility of the sperm. So we're looking at total motility, so how many sperm are actually moving. And then we're also looking at progressive motility, how many sperm are moving in a straight line, because the sperm that are moving in a straight line are the ones that are going to make it to the egg to fertilize. So we look at all of that information. So this is our breeding shed. We've got a bunch of semen boxes over here that we have stored for everyday use, that we keep stocked for that. And then we can come to this side of the laboratory. Each of our stallions is they're all very different. They have different preferences. They like different things, and we try to cater to the stallions' likes and wishes and stuff. It just makes for a better experience for everybody, and we think we get a better product. We have a scale here, and so when we weigh the AVs for each stallion, they have different weights that they like. They've got different temperatures of the water that we. So we try to cater to what their specific needs are. And then over here, each stallion has their own AV jacket and their own wash bucket, so we don't cross-contaminate everything. We try to keep everything as separate as possible. So we've all 6 stallions have all of their own gear. And then we can go into our breeding shed. And again, each stallion has their own preference as to where they like their tease mare to be. So we have the stocks up shed. Some of the stallions like to tease right up onto the mare, and so we allow that. Some stallions get a little too riled up, and so we'll have the tease mare outside of the stocks being held by one of our employees when the stallion comes in again. And one of our stallions, actually the tease mare has to start outside of the shed, and then once he comes in, she'll come in afterwards. He gets too wound up if he knows the mare's actually inside. So again, we try to do what they like. And this here is our breeding dummy. So it's hydraulic, which is nice. It goes up and down, and it will tilt. So each stallion has their own different height preference and angle preference for what they like, so that we accommodate each one. Oh, Caroline's making it move now. It goes up and down, and then it tilts. And then the nice thing about it is we try to simulate what goes on in nature quite a lot. And in nature, when a stallion is breeding a mare, when he is done, the mare actually walks forward out from underneath the stallion as opposed to the stallion backing off. So we have a kick switch here, so when our stallion has finished on the dummy, we hit the kick switch and the dummy will drop on its own, which allows the stallion essentially to slide off gently, and it kind of simulates having a mare walk out from underneath them while they're after they finished breeding. So, and this is our breeding shed in a nutshell. So where are we headed next?
Now we're going to steal Sean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so now we're going to go grab Sean, who's our stallion handler, and we're going to go out and meet some of the boys that are not inside.
Great.
Because stallions are typically not inside, except for right before breeding, or on really, really bad days. Most of them are outside.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Sean. Where's the apple? is our feed room slash seam box storage room. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up over here. We got Sean. Sean, say hello to the camera.
Hi, how are you?
And we're going to go out and meet some of the other boys. So we're going to start with Sean's favorite horse, Rock and Roll Dance. Rock and Roll Dance does live outside all the time. We don't ever bring him into a stall. He prefers it that way. We prefer when he's happy. So it's just better for everyone. As we said earlier, he's a big fan of social distancing. So it's just happier for everyone when he's on his own. So go ahead and dance. And Dance did get his nice chiropractor appointment today, so he should be in a good mood. He gets to see an acupuncturist and a chiropractor. Not everyone gets to, so. So I brought some apples for them if they want to eat them. I think Dance will. I'm going to make Sean feed it to him in case he bites me. So. Here we got Rock and Roll Dance. And as we said, it is super muddy out here. So our stallions are taking advantage of this fact. But I promise you, they were not this muddy a couple hours ago. When they come in for the breeding, they all get hosed down and groomed every day. So of course, they're taking advantage of the fact it's got a free spa bath going on right here. So.
Yeah, if he comes in, he might just hang out.
They can hang out this time. So I can give him some treats. So Sean, what can you tell us about Dance, like his personality?
He's a very interesting horse, very challenging. His personality dictates that he has long periods of time without too much contact. He prefers it that way, and we're quite happy for him to do that. But generally I get on with him pretty well. We stay out of each other's way, and we're happier that way.
Looks like he's not an apple fan, so.
Not a big apple.
I know he likes peppermints, so we should have brought those. Our bad. Alright, so we can leave Dance alone. We'll go ahead and see the next horse. You like apple? Usually 9 out of 10 days it's raining, so we're just going to accept the fact that it's not raining today and be excited. And so if you look, like those are all our fields across the little river along the road. We got mares out in all of those, and they're going to slowly rotate as they get closer to foaling. So those would be like the last foaling groups that are farther away right now. Down here, actually, in this little paddock, we have two of the HHYF trotting breds. They actually lay up here until they go back to training. So we have the two girls here, Missy and Cherokee. So they're pretty funny. They're fun for us to have. They probably like apples also. So I don't know if Miss Ellen wants them to eat them. So now we're going to go see a horse that everyone will probably recognize, purely based on his face, and that is Sweet Lou. You can go to his door if you want. Oh, he's coming. So I think you'll recognize this guy. On the carrot. this is Sweet Lou, in case you couldn't tell. I know he likes apples. Hey, what? No one's eating apples. What's wrong with him? There you go. I knew he would eat it. So Sweet Lou is probably one of the ones that most people recognize because of that big white face. He's also a lot of people on the farm. He might be a favorite because he's pretty fun to deal with and he's got a lot of personality. Apparently no one likes apples, so I'll do better next time. We'll bring carrots. So he's a pretty cool horse. He's got a lot of personality. He's pretty flashy. He's personable. We really like him here. Do you have anything to say? What do you like about him, Sean?
He's very easy to deal with. You don't find stallions this easy very often. He knows his job.
He's just a fun horse to be around. He's easy to deal with. Like he's just a nice horse to be around. So we all like him a lot. Okay, no one likes apples, so obviously this is. I should have brought carrots. Now you're just playing. Sweet Lou is really well known. He has a cone that he chases. A lot of people know him from those videos with his cone. He, I guess he just wanted him on his own. He didn't want me to feed him, so we'll just let him do that. But he has a cone that he plays with, and he'll chase around this cone forever. It's pretty funny. So we have tons of videos of him doing crazy things with cones. He's a pretty playful guy. Not gonna waste these apples. Alright, so he just didn't like me feeding him. Clearly. He'd rather have it from the bucket. Alright, Lewis? Okay. Let's see the others. That's Sweet Lou. He's pretty cool. See if the ponies want an apple. And then we'll pick up the gator and we'll go out and see. Am I missing someone? Just Frankie. Not tripping. I bet she'll eat one. Very fuzzy pony. You want an apple? Yeah, no one likes apples around here. I thought this would be like a winner. So yeah, these are the HHYF ponies for the kids camp. We have them here over their winter. And then normally they go back to training around April. I'm not sure how that's going to go this year with everything, but as you can see, they're very muddy and happy also. Everyone that's muddy is happy. Missy is the little darker one out there. I know a lot of people know her. Missy on the apple? Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Here, hold on. Yeah, They're pretty fun to have here. We do a lot with them. Alright, so now we're going to go out. We're going to get back on the very loud vehicle. We're going to go out to the driveway, see the last two of the boys. And then that'll be pretty much the tour for today. So all of the stallions have these nice little sheds. They have hay feeders in them and they feed them inside the shed. Pretty nice. And none of this was here when we bought the farm. It was like a old bank barn. It used to be a cattle farm at one point. So this is all completely new since we got here. So it was quite a lot of money and time. I know when I started working here on the Pennsylvania farm, we didn't have running water or electricity, so we were pulling out mares, and we'd have to keep walking to the house to get water. Needless to say, I did not enjoy that. And when they turned the water on, I was very excited. So it's really grown in the last couple of years. Oh, I should have showed him. He's in the lunchroom. So I'll go ahead and jump on this very loud vehicle again. So everyone cover your ears. I think no one likes the apple. towards us is another farm favorite. This is Southland Frank. He also has a lot of personality. He's super cute and he's got beautiful hair. So he's a big fan. I know he eats apples because he gets snacks pretty frequently from some of the other people that work here. So I know he's an apple eater. And he's pretty funny. He's got a lot of personality also. He likes to play with his feed tub. I'm sure Sean enjoys that, finding it the next day. As you can tell, it's been through some stress. He also is really big with, he has a cone he plays with. He's a lot of fun. He's got really pretty hair, which is my favorite part. But he's a big apple eater. Here, can you stand up front? Come here. You're gonna do. Oh, really? There you go. He's just checking, seeing if they left anything behind earlier. Good boy. So I'll give him like all the apples because he's the only one eating them, so he can have some more. Also, he's very cute. How can you resist that face? It's hard not to. So then, yeah, look at that. Alright, one more. Last one. The veterinarian will probably yell at me for feeding him this many apples. So over here we have one of our newest stallions, or our newest stallion, I guess, not one of. This is Captain Crunch. So you guys have probably all seen him racing and on the track. We're super excited to have him here. This is his first year staying as stud. And he's brand new to us. I don't know if he's an apple eater or not. He's pretty playful. Nope, nope. More for Frank, huh? So we're pretty excited to have him. And so I guess Sean can tell us a little bit more about him and his personality.
He's very much the young boy on the block. He's very much like a young teenage boy. Very inexperienced, but he is picking everything up very quickly. He's lovely to work with, got a great attitude, and happy to work with you instead of against you on everything, and we seem to be getting him into a flow for working very nicely. I think he'll do good things over the next few years.
Yeah, so obviously apples are not a big hit with the Diamond Creek Stallions, so next time we'll try carrots or something. But yeah, so we're super lucky to have this guy here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the tour for today. If you look, we're back at the gate. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of casual, nice hanging out with all of you. I hope maybe you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us any questions. We're happy to answer them. We're going to try to do some more videos when we can coming up to try to keep everyone entertained. And it's been fun, and hopefully we'll see you at the farm soon once this is all over. So thanks to Sean, and thanks to Captain Crunch for helping us out, and thanks to Sam Thanks to Sam for helping us out.
Hi, guys.
And so, yeah, so we're going to say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.